Welcome back to the channel. Today is special. It's a three-part video. Now, this really should have been video number 1 in my phonics series. We've got 1 to 9 out there, so it's video 10 today. But this really could have been number 1, to be honest. It's one of the more important aspects before you begin even sounds and letter formation. We talk about sound counting. So there's going to be 3 videos. In part 1, we're going to talk about what sound counting is, why it's really important to learning to encode or write or read language. Number 2, we're going to talk about the procedure and how I would go through it. And in video number 3, you're going to see a very short role play of me doing it as if you are children in the room. It's taken from a seminar I recently gave to a group of teachers where I live. So it's a standalone camera and you'll see me presenting it to a group of teachers in real time. Okay, I hope you enjoy the video. As a general procedure you do in all your classes, counting sounds, not letters. Why would we do that? Has anybody here learned as an adult a second language? Yeah? Well, what language was that?
French, Korean.
As an adult?
Yeah.
Right. When you first start learning a second language, it makes no sense, obviously. It's like a truism, obviously. But you can't even separate words. Your brain and your ears aren't even able to know where one word stops and one word ends, right? I mean, everybody here is living in Thailand. So I'm sure to a lot of you at some point in your life, Tao just sounded like, you're not able to separate it up. And it takes a while for your ears to tune in and get on the frequency. So personal story, like Thai is my multiple language, like 6th or 7th language, right? And I'd learned loads of languages and I came here and I was like, I can't learn this. This is insane, this language. This is so hard. Compared to anything I've ever learned before, this is mental. But 6 months later, my ears were acclimatized. And if a kid can identify how many sounds is in a word they've heard, and then they know a bunch of sounds, they can then select the sounds that match the ones they're hearing, right? Well, that's called spelling. Or it's not spelling, it's called encoding. You're setting them up for success. So let me give you an example. How many sounds in the word cat? Yeah, cat, exactly. There happens to be 3 letters too. But it's not C-A-T, cat. C, A, and T have no relationship to the word cat. The word C has no relationship to that, other than it's the initial sound. It's not, it's k, k, k. At. Okay. K, at. How many sounds in that word?
2.
If you say 3, you're guessing because you these 3 letters. Say it. Say it slowly to yourself. K, ah. AR is a single sound. Yeah? It's one of the digraph diphthong word sounds. K, ah. It's not k, ah, r. You don't say, I'm going for a drive in the car. R. I think actually Americans tend to have a slightly more rolling R sound. Car. That's a different phonics. There is Jolly Phonics American. This will be on YouTube, and I'm sure I'll get trolled for saying that. It's not live, by the way, it will be on YouTube later. But, you know, they have a slightly different phonic makeup to their language. They use the roll, the emphasized R sound. How about that word? Yeah, m, un. What I don't want you to do is count the spelling rules you know. Say the word to yourself out loud, m, un, and then this is what you need to get in your head. Not the syllables, moon's 1 syllable. Yeah, the sounds, the phoneme, the individual sounds you're hearing. How about this one? Don't read it, say it to yourself. Isn't it interesting, a debate over such a simple word with like 14 native speakers? Well, let's do it. Everyone get your hand up. Let's do it physically. each,
chest,
er, each,